Thought I'd make a little video of my electric powered hang glider cart. A couple years of development, getting this ready. Haven't tested it yet, but the thought is you can use it to taxi, to launch, and also most importantly, you can use it to launch a electric powered hang glider, that high performance glider that you wouldn't be able to run fast enough to safely take off with. And so basically a couple components, standard cart design, but on the back we've got an electric hub motor with a 72 volt battery connected to a VESC of ESC, and that is then controlled. The wire goes all the way up to the frame. Here's the cart controller, and so you've got your speed here if you're in taxi mode, and you've got a bunch of statistics on, you got the VESC temperature, the current used, the voltage, the power for this cart controller, which you can just pop out, that way you're not leaving it in. You have the status of if the VESC is connected. Just rebooted because I took it out. Whether the glider is connected and whether the remote is connected. So the glider, this all connects via ESP now. It's a 2.4 gigahertz protocol by Expressive. And what that'll do is it gets data on the glider, and then the remote, it also receives the throttle from the remote. So if you're in taxi mode, that's yellow like a taxi, once it's armed, then you can drive it. But I don't want to do that yet. If you're in flight mode, there we go. So when you're in flight mode, you can't arm it. It'll always snap back, and you arm it with the mouth controller. And then the mouth controller controls the throttle of both the props as well as the cart. And then you can see there's this right chock and left chock. So there's switches in the chocks. So now you can see the right chock screen. When I release it, it's red. So when you come out of the cart and start flying, it's going to know you're out in flight mode, turn off the cart. In taxi mode, it ignores these. I also have all sorts of settings here that you can set. You can also connect it to make an access point and connect it on your computer and change all the settings. So like the max speed in taxi, flying ramp, fail safe, tuning the throttles. You can change all that right there on the controller. It had to be steerable because you're not getting towed by a cart. And so the way I did that is it's a simple mechanism. Both wheels are interconnected with one rod, and then there's another that goes, and I don't know if you can see it, there's basically a cam mechanism underneath where when you pull up, so when your glider's here, if you pull left, it'll make you go left. Now you can see the chock kind of slid, so to make sure the chocks don't slide, there's a lock in the chock. You can see it. Maybe, I don't know if you'll be able to get under there. There we go. You see that little wheel? That's gonna put a pressure on the center section and lock the chock in place. So both chocks you can set and lock, and that way when you pull to steer, it won't slide in. You can also, because I did multiple points, adjust the sensitivity of the steering. So if it's too sensitive, I can always tune it to be more of a gradual turn. You don't want huge turns when you're trying to take off. You're going to want to just make small adjustments, almost like a cruise shell. What else? Right wheels. Obviously this is all custom made. Designed those, welded them up, painted them. Just two old hand gliders for the tubes. Welded the intersection there. 3D printed all the parts. Programmed the controller. This is, again, this back here, the case is 3D printed just to give it some, protection from the sun and some honeycomb for air venting. Welded this out of an old bed frame. Yeah, so that's the cart. We'll see how well it does. Excited to go test it in Florida. Just finished it.